My project is a micro-bit game called Hero, and how to play is to make it. You've got to tilt it to make it go right or left and up and down. The flashing light is the ghost, and the faded light is the food. The hero is the bright red. To start is press A and B. The aim of the game is that you have to collect the food that appears, which is faded red. Flashing light is the ghost. Don't touch it or you will die. The normal red dot is the hero, which is you. If I was to sell these, I would probably say about £15 or less. And this is how it works. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so did you do all of this all on your own?
No, I looked down to BBC, the code thing.
Yeah.
And I choose Hero to do.
Okay, but were you working with other people, or was it just yourself?
Just me.
Okay, that's amazing. And the little gizmos that you've got in your hand, that is the game, is that what you're telling us?
Yeah.
Can I have a look, please? Thank you.
So you press A and B, start.
Cheers. And you said you were thinking about if you sold them, you'd sell them for £15. How much do these cost?
I don't know.
£10.
But you press A and B, and then
So where did you get the first idea to do something like this rather than just do something on the computer?
Can
we have the lights up, please? Is that possible?
Yes.
Thank you.
my ICT teacher said start this, and I thought it was interesting, so I wanted to do it.
Is there anything else out there that's similar you've used or seen?
No.
Do you think you could do other things with this?
Yeah.
Like if someone was like an elderly person and they were trying to balance things and get their balance back after an illness or something, do you think this could help them?
No.
Okay.
Can I ask how old you are?
11.
11. Okay, thank you.
Is this the first time you've used microbit?
Yeah.
Any ideas for any different games or?
No.
What was the most difficult bit?
Doing trying to move the ghost, because firstly it didn't move, and I had to have some help, and then it worked.
And have you enjoyed the experience of doing this?
Yeah.
Okay, brilliant. Thank you very much.
Fantastic.
Parker.
Parking, but quicker.
St Helier has a severe parking problem. People aimlessly drive around looking for a space, which creates pollution and makes people stressed. Our app fixes this. Our solution is to make an app telling users the amount of spaces in St Helier public car parks at the current time. We would use JSON, LMFI and Swift. We are using open data. If governments all over the world make data available and Jersey did it more, we would make more cool apps like Parker. Here's some of our code. On the right, you see the SandStreet function, which sorts all the SandStreet data and passes the JSON coming from the gov.je link, and it assigns it then to the user interface at the bottom. Then down there, you see the reload button. It calls each car park's unique function, which has special characteristics to suit the car park. It's time for a demo. It probably won't work.
It will work.
Right. That's my phone, it's got weird white stuff on it. So that's the icon which he designed, it's nice and blue. And there's a splash screen as you open it, telling you not to use it whilst driving. And
that's open, but that isn't open.
I can fix it. He says.
He says. Technical difficulties.
Opening the thing that shows it. There. That's our app. On the left you see all the car parks that you are looking at. On the right you see the amount of spaces, and on the middle the app calculates how full they are in a percentage, and then it decides using that figure what colour the background is. You can see Sand Street is orange because it's only 77% full, and Minden Place is red because it's only got like 33 spaces. There's a refresh button because the data changes about once every 3 minutes, so you can press it, and if it's changed, it will change in the app, but it hasn't changed, so it doesn't. So I'll now pass it around to the judges. You can have a look. Yes.
So can we ask questions now? Is that all right?
Yeah, you can.
Oh, we're not done.
We're not
Oh, you've got a
done.
bit more to go, have you?
Yeah.
Okay, fine, go
Your
on.
turn.
At around 10 a.m. we broke our project, but we managed to fix it at 9 a.m. this morning. But 11 hours of debugging eventually did take its toll, and we were not able to add Apple Watch support on time. But in our future plans we will add Apple Watch support. We will add cleaner user interface, Android support, and even expansion to more car parks.
Thank you for listening, and to the organisers, judges, sponsors and Rob Dudley.
Well done. I guess as a politician I have to ask the first question. Why have you chosen this, which is, I think it's a fantastic idea, working with state's open source material as opposed to a game or some of the other stuff that you've seen? What made you focus on this one?
We just saw that it was available open data. We thought that it would help people and it'd be a worthwhile app to make that people would actually use if they went to town and stuff.
Okay, and how did you break it? What happened?
Well, we were trying to change the actual app's name, but we had accidentally changed the wrong.
The thing that passed the JSON Alamo file, we changed the name of the folder, which then confused the code trying to import it, and it completely messed up everything. We had to start from scratch at midnight, which wasn't fun.
Okay.
We restarted a couple of times.
So your idea is everyone downloads your app that's using the parking around St Helier. What sort of price were you thinking you'd charge for it, or is it something you give for free?
Have you ever made an app like this before?
I've never had, neither of us has had any experience with JSON before. We've made one or two little iPhone apps before in the past, but never used JSON or Alamo file before.
What made you consider the legal issues of doing a warning not to use whilst driving? Where did that come from?
So we don't get sued.
So that people don't crash,
Yeah.
don't get injured because...
We were gonna ask Apple if we could add it to their Drive OS. You know, like you can connect your phone to the car. You could connect up to the car with it and show it on like a car dashboard or something.
got a minute if you've got any more questions, but otherwise...
Well, you're very proud of your logo. How did you design your logo?
It's just on the website.
Okay, all right, okay.
Logomakr.com.
Fantastic. I'm taking a note as we speak. I'm done. Yeah, we're fine. Thank you. Well done.
Alright, so this is the this is the Porta Piecade, which is basically a box that plays retro video games on a Pi. It's pretty basic. I mean, you've got the screen in, which is nice. But yeah, it emulates any game. It's what was the number? Like 40 something?
48, yeah.
48 platforms you can run. So like N64, SNES, NES, whatever. So all those consoles you can run. It can run 3D games, all N64, and yeah, it is completely battery powered. So this can actually move around. It is completely portable. It's all battery powered.
I'll start.
Right there.
Yeah, that's kind of what it looks like there. That. Yeah. Down there.
Just like Right, okay, yeah. So the whole thing is completely wireless when it's not charging. You do have the option to plug in any set of Microsoft supported controllers. So we've got a line up there of a few. They can run Bluetooth, they can run cables, anything can work.
So yeah, right, look at this. Alright, so in terms of building it, these are a list of all the parts which are used. So it's powered by Raspberry Pi 3. It's also powered by, well, literally, a 4400 mAh lithium-ion battery and a pair of really cheap speakers because we used to save on money because it was quite expensive. The power boost, which is actually quite special, this little board here, what that does is it enables you to charge the battery as well as inputting power into the project, and that was a really important thing. We've got the screen. And the special thing is the screen is actually running directly off the Raspberry Pi. It's not HDMI. We did that to save power, because if you used HDMI, the battery would be gone flat within no time. So yeah. And we also laser cutted this case. It's custom design. Sam designed it himself. So yeah, that's that.
So I blame the TV.
Oh, what's going on?
Right, what slide are we on?
Should we just wing
right, okay.
Should we just wing it from here? Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so the whole thing was, well, apart from the stuff we couldn't do here, it was all made here. I mean, like, the box was assembled here, it was all glued, all the parts were put together here. Of course, we had to laser cut the box and everything off-site, because we couldn't do it here. There's no laser cut here. But apart from that, it was all assembled here. All the parts were ordered, there was no kit we got here. They all, with no help, all the kit was assembled. It's great, can we just get the next slide? We're running out of time, yet.
Alright.
Right, okay, the OS is open source, so it's all the emulators are on there. We could not code the OS in time because we can't do that. It's long enough to set the thing up.
That's time, I'm afraid, guys.
Right.
So how long does it actually last on the battery?
We haven't actually done full tests, but we've done some
ran it for
calculations.
like 4 hours, didn't we?
We've done some calculations, and it could possibly run for 3 hours. But we reckon 2 is kind of what we'd advertise it as if we do.
Would you add a little I don't know, screen or a little light that'll say I've only got an hour left battery or something?
The board which the battery runs into actually has a light which flashes when it's on low power, so that tells you when you need to plug it in for charge. So yeah.
So again, guys, like the other teams, where did we get the idea? Where did it come from?
Well, I used to work in a hostel shop. This is a bit of a story. I used to work in a hostel.
We only have 3 minutes. It's
Gosh, okay. No story then. Okay, keep it short. Worked in the hostel shop, saw retro games there, bought them, became interested, and I thought this would be an interesting project to do, but never really got around to it. And then the hackathon came. I brought Sam onto it. He's brilliant at designing, and we kind of made it a reality. So yeah.
Okay, Sam, where do we do the laser cutting? Was
The
that
laser
hard?
cutting was done at Hollier School. They've got a massive laser cutter there, so stick the acrylic in, design it, it's cut in a couple of seconds. It's just.
And how did you design it yourself? Because that's obviously, how were you thinking about that?
I was sort of just told by Tom to put a box with an angle panel on it, so that's what I did. With some speaker grills in there for added measure. There isn't a back plate because we wanted people to be able to see into it, although it's kind of not facing the back way. But yeah, there is a back plate we've laser cut. It's somewhere over there.
So what would be the reason that someone would choose to buy that over, say, a handheld PSP or something?
Well, this can manage 48 systems for one. The PSP is one of those systems that can probably do, actually. And it's more for, like, we've got a niche market here, so it's either adults that are really interested in retro games and want to get into it without having to spend too much money. Because this would probably sell for maybe 200, 170, roughly. Money, it was about 140, 150 to build, roughly.
So it's still quite expensive.
Yeah.
Would your idea be then you sell it with platforms playing, or is that something you don't want to know about because of the legal issues?
Legal
and
issues.
you let them worry about that?
Yeah. Basically, any ROMs they have, they can load on themselves. Yeah. It would be sold as kits, so kits are varying pricing. So some kits probably wouldn't be battery powered to save on money, and they'd be cheaper for people with a lower budget, etc. So it would be more expensive maybe with LED lighting and stuff.
That's the time.
Yeah, that's.
Okay, well done.